This video will help you with part C of the assignment. In my case, for marble grab, I have 3 red, I have 5 blue, and I have 2 green marbles. This will be different to what you've been given as your numbers. Please also note that I have a total of 10 marbles, but you will not have 10 marbles in your examples. So you will have to change your answers according to how many marbles you've got. The first part of the question asks us to draw a tree diagram with fractions and the branches to find all possible outcomes. So let's notice that in this game, when you have your turn, you choose one marble and do not replace it. Then you choose another marble and you add up your points before returning both marbles for the next player to take their turn. So let's see what happens for my example. When I choose my first marble, it can either be a red marble, a blue marble, or a green marble. However, I have more chance of getting a blue than a green, don't I? So we need to indicate that I have more chances of getting a blue than a green by putting some fractions on these branches. Altogether, there's 10 marbles in the bag and 3 of them are red. So I have a 3 in 10 chance of getting a red marble. I have a 5 in 10 chance of getting a blue marble on my first choice, and then I have a 2 in 10 chance of getting a green marble when I take my first marble out of the bag. Now remember, once I've taken a marble out of the bag, I don't replace it. So there's only 9 marbles left in the bag. If I took a red marble first, left in the bag I've still got some red marbles, some blue marbles, and some green marbles. But altogether there's only 9 marbles left in the bag and only 2 of them are red. So 2 of the 9 marbles are red. So I've got a 2 in 9 chance of getting a red marble when I take my second marble out of the bag. In this case here, the first marble was red, so there are still 5 blue marbles in the bag. So I've got a 5 out of 9 chance of getting a blue marble on my second one. There's still 2 green marbles in the bag, so I've got a 2 in 9 chance of getting a green marble if the first marble was red. Let's have a look at the second part of this branch. If the first marble I chose was blue, then there's still 9 remaining marbles in the bag and only 4 of them are blue. So once my first one's blue, the second one could be red or blue or green. There are still 3 red ones in the bag if I chose a blue one first. There's only 4 blue ones left, and there's still 2 green marbles in the bag. In our third case, we had a green marble chosen first. So we can either get a red, a blue, or a green marble for our second choice. But there's only 9 marbles left in the bag and only one of them is green. So we've only got a 1 in 9 chance of getting a green marble for our second choice. There's still 3 red marbles and there's still 5 blue marbles in the bag if the first one was green. So we need to find all the possible outcomes and their probabilities. So the outcomes, we could have got red and red. We could have had a red and blue, a red and green. We could have got a blue and then a red, a blue and then a blue, a blue and then a green and a red, a green and a blue, or a green and a green. But I know that you'll agree that these outcomes aren't equally likely because we didn't have the same number of each colour in the bag to start with. So to find the probabilities of each of these things, we multiply along the branches. So the probability of getting a red and red is equal to 3 over 10 times 2 over 9, which is equal to 6 over 90. I'm not going to simplify any of my fractions. The probability of getting a red and then a blue is 3 over 10 times 5 over 9, So I'm multiplying along the branches. So it's 15 over 90. Red green is 3/10 times 2/9, and so on. So I'll quickly finish these off. Alright, so I've done all my outcome and the probability associated with it. Now the questions say, what is the most likely outcome? Well, for me, the most likely outcome is this one here, 20 out of 90. That's the biggest fraction there. So the most likely outcome for me is to get a blue followed by a blue. And that's 20 out of 90. This is where I might simplify it to 2/9. I've got a 2 in 9 chance of getting a blue and then a blue. Oh, that goes in this line here. What's the probability? 2/9. For me, the least likely outcome is this one here, getting a green followed by a green. And the probability of that, oh, sorry, I should have gone there, green and then a green. And the probability of that was 2 in 10, was 1 in 10, which was 2 out of 90. Now be careful when you do this, because you may have some that come out, you might have 2 that are most likely or 2 that are least likely. So look for any double ups in your outcomes. You can see here, I've got some double ups here and here and here and here. They just don't happen to be either the highest outcome or the lowest outcome, but just look out for those. Now again, with Part C extension, you need to do that on your own or ask your teacher or go to one of the homework help sessions after school. Good luck with the marble grab part of the assignment.